What is the topic? Object. In the object ante, what is object? What is object? Whatever you are seeing now in front of your eyes, everything is an object. Book is an object, bag is an object, TV is an object, laptop is an object, fan is an object, hat, cap is an object. These are all objects. Am I correct? But what are objects in JavaScript? So what are computers? Computers are nothing but a representation of real world entities in computer. I mean to say, for example, PUBG game. I hope whether you ever played it or not, you must have seen what is PUBG. There are guns, there are grenades. I know only these two: bullets, power, energy, inka smoke. చూసినావా ఒక్కొక్కళ్ళు లెవెల్ చూడు, అది అది అందుకని వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నాను నేను. ఓకే, సో దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ యువర్ actually objects which are represented in computer. Actually there are no guns in the mobile, but how that is a representation of real world entity. How gun must have defined in the computer. Computer lo gun etla undondచ్చు. It's not only about image, guys. It's about information. Okay, for example, there is a website called Book My Show. Book My Show is a website. In the Book My Show, you can book a ticket in website. Yes or no? You go to that. Will it be providing movies or not? Book My Show movies. I mean movies, seats also. But in the computer, do we have seat? Do we have movie in the computer? No, it is just a representation of movie. But how those movies, tickets, seats, how they are all represented in a computer? That is in the form of objects. What do you mean by that? Movie ante meeku etla kanapadutundi? How do you see the movie? There are cities also. How the cities must have maintained in a computer. Okay. So every city will be maintained in an object form. What do you mean by that? So objects will be represented in a open bracket and close bracket. Okay. So every object is an information about something. So in the object, we maintain the data. We maintain the data. Now, okay. If you are interested to call it as information, for now it is okay. Object lo emuntundi? Information or data untundi. So how that data will be maintained in an object? In a key and value pairs. For example, name of city, Hyderabad. And here, is it represented only the name, or you have also image? So city logo, some.jpg. So, okay. So whatever the information is there, that will be represented in this model. This is called an object. Am I correct? Yes. For example, how do you represent your mobiles? For example, my mobile. Where Praveen mobile. open bracket, close, whatever you want to say, open bracket, close bracket, name is x60 in a string. Okay, 60 inka 70 only. X60. Price color. Okay, and size, RAM. So if you have any characters, then put it in the string, put it as a string in the quotes. Processor కాదు, processor. Cadity, processor or processor? Processor. Okay, processor is SD Snapdragon 870. Okay, so these are my details. The same way even you can represent, right? Yes or no? How do you represent your mobile? Suppose if your friend ask a question, Arey mama, I want to purchase a new TV. Can you suggest one TV? So how do you say? Arey Samsung this manchiga. Itla cheppakandi. Don't say like this. Open bracket, close bracket. TV name Samsung curve, model QLED, price 2,34,000. Okay, type smart TV with Google's Play Store. So this is the way you have to say, right? You want to ask tea to your tea shop person. How do you ask? Bhaiya, open bracket, close bracket, item colon tea. He will also smart if he is my student. Then he says, Bhaiya, price, open bracket, close bracket, price 12 rupees. So you have to start communicating in objects form. So whenever you see that fan, how you should imagine? Open bracket, close bracket. A bracket much important, amma. Okay, because no. Syntax is the bigger crime. Syntax cannot be remembered. It should be observed. It should be habituated. నేను ఏం చెప్తాను ఇప్పుడు కోలన్ పెట్టాలి కోనల్ పెట్టాలని దానికి ఎన్ని సార్లు చెప్తే కోలన్ పెడతాను లేకపోతే ఓపెన్ బ్రాకెట్ పెడతావు. ఇట్ షుడ్ బి డిస్కషన్. ఇట్ షుడ్ బి డన్ బై ఓన్లీ ప్రాక్టీస్. ఈజ్ మై పాయింట్ క్లియర్? సో which brackets I am using for object? Curly braces. In that every value is having a name. That name is called as key. And the key and value are separated by చెప్పు ఇట్లా చేయబెట్టు కోలన్. ఇది కాదు కోలన్ అంతే, రైట్? అయ్యో సార్, this is not my itching problem. This is your problem. What do? You write some object and it will give you error. I will not be there. Dhritivan sir are not there and the whole day will be wasted. Would you like to waste your time? Very valuable, right? So that is why I am saying these all points. All the values should be kept in quotes. If it is number, you should not. Number aithe ippudu 38,000 as I wanted to represent as a number, so I just kept it as 380000. But when it comes to 12 GB, there is G and B. That is why I kept it as quotes. You can make use of double quotes also. But yes, the key can also have double quotes. Okay. So should have, but right now you can omit. Okay. Ante paka vettandi prastutanikaithe. So now how many keys are there in my mobile object, 5 keys. In fact, okay, 5 keys. What are the keys I have? Name, price, color, RAM, processor. What are the values I have? X60, 38,000, black, 12 GB, SD 870. These are values. The combination is called as property. What is it? That key and value pair is called as property. So overall, how many properties I have? 5. What is the first property I have? Name with the X60 as a value. What is the key of the first property? Name. What is the value of the first property? X60. So like this, you have to understand. How many are there? 5. So see, if you observe the difference between array and object, array also representing data, array also maintaining data, but array doesn't have keys, they have only values. Hello. But here they have objects are having keys also. Okay. Right. Just Abhi Pallikonda, 27, 25, 29. Welcome. Okay. 20, 29. 1 second. Abhilash Pallikonda, 29, 34, 67, 170, 180. Gachibowli. Sorry. Miyapur. What are these? Details about Abhilash. You can recognize, okay, Abhilash is the first name, Pallikonda is the last name, 29 may be the age. Because you know that person. Suppose the same things, if I give to North Indian person, he can recognize Abhilash is the first name, Pallikonda is the last name. Maybe. Right? But if I give the same details to a German fellow, can he identify what is Abhilash and what is Pallikonda? Are you getting me? Because for every value you need a key. Only then everyone can understand, right? Okay, this is first name, this is last name. So if you represent your data in an object form, anybody can actually understand that. Are you getting me? In an array, it is not. If you want to collect the same type of values, then you go with array. If you want to collect different values of a particular thing, then you go with object. Okay, there are array of objects also. Recently, we bought 4 computers with different combinations. I want to store them in my database. How do I store array of objects? In the array, first object is about first computer, second object is about second computer, like this. Are you getting me? Yeah. Okay. This is how you understand. You have to understand objects. What is object? It's a collection of properties where each property is represented by a key and a value separated by colon. Values, if they are strings, you have to put it in the quotes. If that is number, you better not put the quotes. And each property separated by నాకు కరెక్ట్ గా వినపడాలి అది కామా 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 each property of the object separated by comma. Some people are placing the semicolon. Wrong. Right? That is why I am clearly explaining this. Now you have understood everything about object, how that is represented. But if you want more understanding, okay, I don't know, but why you stop such a way? You don't elaborately read anything. I am such a person where I like cricket very much. I see the full match if I found time. Last match I have seen, they also played just like my instructions. Whatever I said, they played very well. But the point is, I like cricket so much in such a way that next day I will watch highlights also, and I will read into the newspaper also. I go to Twitter for BCCI account and I see what the others are saying about it. If you like about a movie, then you are a fan of some hero, then you follow like that. But unfortunately, when it comes to technology, తెలుగులోనే చెప్తా దీన్ని, ఎంత తక్కువగా వీలుంటే అంత తక్కువగా విని, ఎంత ఎక్కువ డబ్బులు సంపాదించాలంటే అంత తక్కువ. ఇది ఏ కాంబినేషన్ నాకు అర్థం కాదు. కనీసం పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ మీద స్పెండ్ చేసిన టైం కూడా స్పెండ్ చేస్తలేరు జనాలు. No, you have to respect. Everything is good. Okay, I am also big movie buff. I am also fan of Pawan. I am not saying that, but మన bread butter ఏందే. So you have to understand object in multiple ways. Understood? బిర్యానీ నచ్చితే మియాపూర్ పోయి తింటావు, పారడైజ్ పోయి తింటావు, ఆడకు పోయి తింటావు, దాంతో పాటు థమ్స్అప్ తో తింటావు. But when it comes to objects, you leave it. One more point for the object. That object is a data structure. Object is not only a collection of properties. What is object? It's a data structure. It's a structure. It's a representation of data. You are representing as a data structure. Okay. What is the data structure for any product in the computer? It's an object. Okay. Think, but later. I call the object is also a data structure. Okay. So now I have an object. I want to access the values. I want to access the RAM of Praveen Gubbala. How can I access the RAM of Praveen Gubbala? Console.log of Praveen mobile dot. You have to use the dot and RAM. What does it give? Praveen Gubbala's RAM value. What is the RAM? 12 GB. Next. Console.log of I want the price. How? Praveen mobile dot price. I get price. So like this, I can access all the values of it by using which operator? Dot operator. It is not new to you. Yesterday, array is also having, apart from its values, array will have one property. What is the property? Length property. Yes or no? How did you access the length property? Array name dot length. Clear? Okay. So like this, you have to make up. Okay. Now let us complicate it. Now we are complicating it. Takes time, but ready. Imagine I have the key in a variable. What I have in A, I have a string in A. Hello. But that string is nothing but a property. Key. Yes or no? Is there a property or not? Through A, how can I access the property value? A is having the color. Through A, is it possible to access the value of the color? Yes. For that, you have a special syntax. What is that? Special syntax. The special syntax is, of course, console.log is not necessary, but ultimately I had to print, right? So Praveen mobile of, this is a square bracket. You have to put a square bracket. Don't use the dot, of A. So I have to give the variable name. Not okay. So the variable name replaces the string. Hello. Yes. So this is called as square bracket notation. So now I get the color black. Okay. Here you have to spend more time on it. Square bracket notation is not easy to understand. I spend time now. Even in your time, give some emphasis on it. Even and the okay, I can access the values directly as a string. Console.log of Praveen of processor. Processor. This is also fine. To access the processor value, this is what do you do, right? This is also okay, I'm saying. The square bracket, in the square bracket, you have to supply it as a string. That is another syntax, but that syntax is very powerful actually. I'm coming to that point. So this is how you can access the values. Praveen mobile, right? Yeah. Okay. Now you have to spend more time on it. More time on it. మీరు కొద్దిగా ఓపిక చేసుకుని వీటి మీద క్వశ్చన్స్ ప్రిపేర్ చేయండి. ఇట్లా పెడితే ఏమొస్తుంది, ఇట్లా పెడితే ఏమొస్తుంది, మీకే మంచిది. ఓకే, రకరకాల క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆలోచించండి మీరు. నా వాట్ ఇఫ్ ఐ డూ కన్సోల్ డాట్ ఓకే, see here. Here, if I say Praveen mobile of A gives you the value of color. What happens if I say console.log of Praveen mobile of A? So A will be taken as a string. Do I have, I mean, if I directly supply the string, Praveen mobile will check, is there any key with the A? అంటే ఏ తోటి ఏమైనా కీ ఉందా లేదా అని చూస్తుంది. ఏ వాల్యూ తోటి కాదు. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ స్ట్రింగ్ ఇచ్చేది కదా నేను డైరెక్ట్ గా. ఇప్పుడు నేను డబుల్ కోట్స్ ఇచ్చాను అని అంటే దాని మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? ఇక్కడ లాగా లైన్ నెంబర్ 25 దట్ విల్ బి కన్సిడర్డ్ యాజ్ కీ. సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ హియర్ మరి ఇక్కడ ఏమైంది అని అంటే ఇట్ రీప్లేస్ ద ఏ వాల్యూ. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఏ వాల్యూ? కలర్. So it checks, it is also converted into console.log of Praveen mobile of color. Dot color. So this is color give in the quotes because color is there. Color key is there, so it will print the color of it. Teja. Sure. Pakka. Why I got undefined in line number 23? Line number 23 is here. Why this is undefined? A అని పెట్టాను కదా ఇట్లా డబుల్ కోట్స్ లో. there is no key with A. Understood? So here you have to do lot of exercise on it. Lot. మీరు అక్కడ మిస్ అవుతూ ఉంటారు. Are you ready? Shall we take a fresh example? Now you see this console.log of obj of a. What is the value I am going to get? Very good. Hyderabad. Why? Here it will not be applied as a string. So it will replace that statement as obj of city. Obj of city is giving you Hyderabad. Next. Console.log of obj of a. Sorry.
$123.
Super. It is 123 because you have a key with a. Yes or no? There is a here. Can you see this? That is why what did I get? 120. You have to be ready for that. Console.log of obj.a.
It gives 173. 23.
Dot a. A అంటే కీ డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇక్కడ డాట్ పెట్టినప్పుడు పక్కనున్నది కీగా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తుంది, వేరియబుల్ గా కన్సిడర్ చేయదు. ఓకే, డాట్ పెట్టినప్పుడు మీరు అది జాగ్రత్తగా అబ్జర్వ్ చేయాలని ఇవన్నీ చూపిస్తున్నా. అదే స్క్వేర్ బ్రాకెట్ లో డైరెక్ట్ గా ఏ అని ఇస్తే అది వేరియబుల్ గా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తుంది, ఇక్కడ కీగా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తుంది. రైట్. అంటే ఇవన్నీ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలా మనము అనే మైండ్ లోకి వెళ్ళకండి మీరు. డోంట్ గో ఇన్ టు దట్ మైండ్. బై ప్రాక్టీస్ యు ఆల్ హ్యాబిచుయేటెడ్ టు ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్. డోంట్, ఐ మీన్, లెట్ us see you are a chess player, not a kabaddi player. Okay, you have to. కబడ్డీ ప్లేయర్లు పాపం కష్టపడతా ఉంటారు. చెస్ ప్లేయర్లు ఇట్లా 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 పెట్టుకుంటూ సూట్లు వేసుకుని ఆడుకుంటూ ఉంటారు. హౌ క్రేజీ ఇస్ దట్? ఓకే, రైట్. Let us go to the next point. Now, how do you handle objects? Handling objects means not only this. I'll write down one more program here. Objects processing. I have some details like this. Okay, I have 400 500 details in one object. అన్ని ఉంటాయా సార్? మరి టూ మచ్ చెప్తారు. ఉంటాయి. In Amazon, how many details will be there for a product? So many details, right? What is the title? What is the company? What is the price? What is the discount? And RAM, ROM. So many details are there. Yes or no? But how do you access them one after the other? If you have an array, how do you iterate over an array? అంటే ఏంటి iterate over an array అంటే? What do you mean by that? Accessing all the values one after the other in a easier way. Yes or no? Otherwise, if you want to show all the values, if I have 456 values in an array, so do you write 456 statements? Do you write to print each value of the array? Is it good? What do you do then? అరేలో ఉన్న అన్ని వాల్యూస్ ప్రింట్ చేయాలంటే మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు? By using a for loop, by using a for loop, we iterate over the array and we can access the value from one after the other, right? How about the object? Here you can't apply normal for loop. JavaScript is providing a new for loop called for in. What is that? For in. So for in is such a for loop where it won't trouble you. It will continuously repeat for each and every property of the object. So for var j in obj. So for in is the name of the loop. To the right side of the in, you have to supply the object. To the left side, you have to declare a variable. Hello? Yes? So what this for in does is, it will iterate the following block for each and every value of the object. So this particular block will be executed by this for in for how many times? For each and every value of the obj. How many values are there? How many properties? I mean, how many properties are there? 5 properties. That means this block will be executed 5 times. Suppose if I have these many properties, how many times that block will be executed? 2 times. When it is executed for the first time, means executing for first property, name, right? So, okay, so it executes 2 times. So let us see this. Oh, we got hello 2 times. Hello, right? Why it is 2 times? Because I have only 2 properties. If I have these many properties, then hello got repeated for 5 times. Now hello will be printed for how many times? Amen. Many times. మీరెందుకు చెప్పట్లే? ఎన్ని ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఉన్నాయి? ఇక్కడ ఊరెళ్ళినావా? మొగల్తూరు పోయినావా లేకపోతే పాలకొల్లు ఆగిపోయినావా? Attention. So I have 7 properties now. So for in, iterate the block for how many times? 7 times. Okay. So when the for in iterate it for the first time, I repeat, when it is iterating for the very first time, actually it pass the respective property key in J. అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? రెస్పెక్టివ్ అంటే when it is repeating, when it is executing for the first time, the first property. What is the first property? Name. That name will be given to J. So J holds name when it is repeating for the first time, when it is executing for the first time. When it is executing for the second time, J will be there. J will have అక్కడ చూడు, second time price. For the third time it is fourth time. So J will have that particular key. Yes or no? So how can I use the variable to print the value? తెలుగులో చెప్తే ఇప్పుడు జేలో ఫస్ట్ టైం ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు జేలో నేమ్ అనేది ఉంది, కీ ఉంది. సో జే యూజ్ చేసి నేను ఆ వాల్యూని ఎట్లా ప్రింట్ చేయగలుగుతా? ఒకసారి రాయ్, ఏం కాదు రాయ్, బద్ధకం వేసుకోకు రాయ్, మీరు కూడా రాయండి. ఏం కాదు రాయి రాజా, మీకు సింటాక్స్ అలవాటు కావాలి అంతే. దా డబుల్ కోట్స్ ఉన్నాయా జేకి? ఉంటాయా ఉండవా? 100కి 70 మెంబర్స్ నాకు తప్పే ఆన్సర్ చెప్పారు ఈ విషయంలో. నువ్వే రైట్ గా చెప్పాను. ఇట్స్ రైట్. 75% అవి. యా బాబు 8 లెటర్స్ ఉంటాయి మొత్తం అది రాయడానికి. అదే రామాయణంలో రాసినట్టు రాస్తున్నావు. వాల్మీకి లేటుగా చేస్తే ఇంకా చెప్పండి కరెక్ట్. ఏమైంది? కవిత సారీ స్వప్న. జే లోపల నేమ్ అనే స్ట్రింగ్ ఉంటుంది, నేమ్ అనే కీ స్ట్రింగ్ గా ఉంటుంది. మనం ఇది కొత్త కాదండి, ఇక్కడ చూసారా మీరు? వెన్ ఐ హ్యావ్ ఏ యాజ్ కలర్, హౌ డిడ్ ఐ యాక్సెస్ ఇట్? ఆఫ్ ద వేరియబుల్ నేమ్. మరి ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఏం యూజ్ చేస్తాం మనం? ఓబీజే ఆఫ్ not dot. Hello, it is not dot, it is of J, right? Everyone, is it clear? So now it could print all the values of, right? What if I write only J? జేలో ఏముంటుంది?
keys.
జేలో నేమ్ ఉంది కదా, జేలో ఫస్ట్ టైం జేలో నేమ్ కీ ఉంటుందని చెప్పాను కదా. ప్రాపర్టీకి ఫస్ట్ ప్రాపర్టీ కీ ఉంటుంది దాంట్లో ఫస్ట్ టైం. సెకండ్ టైం మీరు మళ్ళీ వీడియో వింటారు కదా, మీరు చెప్పిందే మళ్ళీ మీరే తప్పు చెప్తున్నారని మీకే అనిపించట్లే రోజు? కీస్ ఉంటాయని చెప్తున్నాను. జే విల్ హ్యావ్ ద కీ. ఫస్ట్ ఇట్ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఫస్ట్ key, that is name. Second it will have price, then it will have color. Okay, yeah. Now this is how we access that. Recently we have a problem. The problem is we had to calculate the total salary of a person. I had to calculate the total salary of a person. So I have got an object here like this, where person is equal to an object of basic is 34,000, HRA is 23,000, DA is 98,000. ఓకే ఓకే అవన్నీ కష్టం. ఇప్పుడు ముందు నేను చెప్తుంది ఏంటంటే ఇంకొకటి తీసుకుందాం. దట్ ఈస్ ట్రావెలింగ్ అలవెన్స్ ఈస్ 23,000. Is it okay? Now what is the total salary of that person? By using for in, how do you calculate the total salary of the person? I am giving you time. For in use testing. Hey, let's see this is your భయపడతారు సినిమాలో. ఓకే ఎందుకు ఏదో ఒకటి పెన్ మీద పెట్టాలి, పిచ్చి రాతలైనా రాయాలి, అప్పుడే రాయడం వస్తుంది. శ్రీకాంత్, సమ్ ఆఫ్ కే, ప్రింట్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ కే. Is it a kind of joke or what? I want to print all the total, right? మంచి జోకే, నేను జోకేడు స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే మళ్ళీ వెళ్ళిపోతావు. ఓకే ఓకే, సో ఫర్ where x in person. So if I say console.log of x, I get what kind of values? Basic HRAD. I don't want that keys, I want values. So how can I get the values? Person of x gives me only the values. Every time I get a value, I have to add it to the variable. So this is not new to you guys. You are not applying, that's it. I will take a variable called sum is equal to 0. నిన్న చేసిందంతా ఇదే మీరు. Sum is equal to 0. So every time I get the value, I will be keep on summing it. Sum is equal to sum plus person of x. So after completion of it, I had to print the console.log of sum. So the total salary of that person is 1,78,000. You got it? That's how you have to do. Apply the other thoughts. అవును సమ్ అంటే ఎట్లా చేయొచ్చు అట్లా ఒక ఐడియా తెచ్చుకోవాలి. You have to get into that idea. Then you have to implement. Okay? No problem. But do it like this. This is how we can access the values. Okay. Shall we go to the next topic? Yes. Sometimes you need to work on array of objects. What is that? Array of objects. So how the array of object looks like. Let us have total expenditure of my day. Wanna see my expenditure? Object processing here, where my expenditure is equal to an array of let us take this is experience, my experience. Are you ready? So I start my experience from my internship at CTC. Sorry, CMC. So here company CMC, experience 0.6 years. That was my first internship. After that, I started working for Cognizant, CTS, CT. So there I have worked for almost all 2.6 years. After that, I have worked for Wipro. I worked there for 4.2 years. Okay, 4 years. Okay, no, that one. 0.6. Okay. Let us say 1 year. Guys, you will be confused. 1 year, 2 years, 4 years. And then I started working with this is Infinity Labs. It's around 5 years. Okay. So after that, I started my own. So as Manimits, our company name was Manimits. I ran it for 5 years. Then now we are with Edupoly. So this is around 2 years. So I want you to calculate the total experience. I repeat, total. How? So normally by eyes or by normal human reading, can you tell me what is my total experience? 1 plus 2, 19 years. Exactly. I am 2005 passed out. I have done internship for 1 year in the last semester. Maybe Edupoly is 1.5 only, not 2. Okay. So totally 19 years of experience. This is through your understanding. How about programmatical? So this is an array. All my experience, I have kept it as an array. Hello, right or not? So in the array, that is, of course, this is what is the first element of the array? This object. Second element of the array is this object. What is there in the 0th index? This one. Which company I am in the 4th index? In the 4th index. What is the company name of the 4th index of the array? Manimits. Third company, the third index. Third value, Wipro. That is second index. Okay. So overall, this is an array. So what do I do is, first I'll run a for loop. I'll run a simple for loop. So for where I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to, that is array, guys. It is anything like an array of numbers, array of strings. Okay. So how can I get the length? What is the name of the array? My experience dot length -1 I plus plus. Are you getting me? So if I say console.log of my experience is an array. If you directly print it, it will print my array, my experience array. I don't want the array. I want the I. My experience of I gives you, first time it gives you first company, second company, objects. Hello. My experience of I gives you the object. In that object, what I want? Salary. Sorry. Experience. So, experience. I'm getting the experience. Yes or no? So, how to print it? I have printed. I ask you to total experience, right? So, I will take where total experience is equal to 0, beginning. So, every time, what do I do? Total experience is equal to total experience plus my experience of I dot experience. So better to put it like this. This is not necessary. Total experience I counted, but I had to print, right? Yeah. I'll chat. Okay. You have to do, you have to keep on doing. This is a basic thing, basic. On this level, I am going to give you more assignments now. We are sending it. Okay. But where you have to start? You have to start for first objects. Simple objects. Accessing only certain values. నేను ఇప్పుడు చెప్పిన దాని మీదనే చాలా అసైన్మెంట్స్ ఇస్తాను మీకు. అవి ఈరోజు చెయ్యాలి. చేస్తున్నారా? ఏం కాదు, ఇప్పుడు మిగతాది అర్థం కాకపోయినా నేను చెప్తాను. ముందైతే స్టార్ట్ చేసేసాను. సార్ మనం ఎంతసేపు ఏదో మిస్ అయినా మనం ఫీల్ అవుతూ ఉంటే కష్టం. మీ ఏదో ఒకటి స్టార్ట్ చేసేయడం బెటర్. స్వప్న, యా, ఆర్ యు డూయింగ్ ఇట్? ఓకే. సో ఐ జస్ట్ వాంట్ టు, సార్ నేను చెప్పేస్తాను, దానివల్ల మీకే నష్టం. చెప్పానా ఇంకో టాపిక్ ఉందా? ఓకే. సో ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి, ఏదైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. ఓకే, యా, చలో, సీ యూ టుమారో, బాయ్. అయితే ఒక్కసారి పవన్ కాదు, నవీన్ కాదు, శ్రీకాంత్ ఒకసారి కాల్ చేయమ్మా, సుమంత్ ఒకసారి కాల్ చేయ. Saraswati, please do practice and update me. Okay, you are late today. I said something about everybody. Okay, bye.
Yeah, okay.